directly related to oil, but I put a little bit of thought into what Lindsey Williams says, and I'm watching what's going on in the Middle East. It's pretty much country by country, except with the exception of Libya, that's having the the timetable go as he said. I found this interesting. It's almost like a little confusing though. Lloyd's of London sues Saudi Arabia for funding 9/11 attacks, and here you see it withdrew the lawsuit, right? But that was a lawsuit that was done on September 8th, and then they did another new one on September 22nd. And the story here is, see, this is September 22nd down here. And they raised the points, but it looks like they want to dispose of the Saudi royal family, as Lindsey Williams was saying. I think this is all playing right into that. The guy, Lindsey Williams, is very much drama, and I don't like the way he presents things, but he's been fairly accurate. That's why I pay attention. I guess his source is pretty good. This is another organization that's up in Canada, I guess, ethicaloil.org. And basically, a lot of it is, against taking any oil from the Saudis and various reasons why not to do that. Basically, it has a lot of stories that are anti-Saudi. A lot of different rumored things, and it's kind of just going along exactly what Lindsey Williams was saying. I'm kind of wondering about his predictions because they're very late in the game, according to what he said. But I don't think he's basically wrong. As far as Goldman Sachs changing their forecast for the next 3 months from 115 for the WTI down to 97, for the next 12 months they have it up to 130. Now, these are forecasts. I have suspicions that something's going to happen in the Middle East and it's going to drive the price up very unexpectedly. So I feel comfortable with that. This is something I was watching this guy, Richard Dick Bove from Rochdale Securities. He's saying that this year, what we're undergoing right now is not what happened in 2008. He says there's a lot more liquidity, a lot more capital flowing into the banks. The banks really are in trouble. There's exposure to the euro and the French banks is not as bad as a lot of people think. So maybe whatever happens in Europe is not going to affect us as much as some people think. I'm not sure about that, but the only thing I'm concerned about is what would happen with the metals, because they've been down quite a bit, and I'm not tell you the truth, I'm not buying it. To tell you the truth, I'm not buying it as to why exactly they're down, strictly because of margin requirements. But I don't think the markets, no matter what you do, that electronic price is going to come back to reality pretty soon. There's been a lot of physical buying. But the one thing I was thinking of is if we have a repeat that what happened in 2008 would drive the prices further down. That could be in October. But I'm not too sure about that. I don't think anybody is, because you can see a lot of smart people have conflicting opinions. I just think that running into the U.S. dollar, I wouldn't have been doing that. I know that. I already got my mind set up what to do, and I was sticking with it. But there's a lot of opinions out there, and like I said, when the market sentiment is down, everybody's saying, oh, it's going to take this long, oh, it's going to take that long. When it's going up, they're telling you it's going to go to the moon. I mean, it's all psychology. So right now, if I was in the U.S. dollar, but there must be a lot of people that are, they should be buying into the commodities. And I think there's going to be a strong return on the commodities this year. The one thing that was worrying me was that if you have a repeat of 2008, some of the big banks have problems. Like Goldman Sachs is supposed to be reporting a loss. Also, J.P. Morgan, Morgan Stanley is supposed to be, I don't know if they're reporting a loss, but they're going to be reporting much weaker. But what happened just recently, they're getting a lot more cash inflows. So they're looking a lot stronger as far as the balance sheet items go. So I don't think things are all doom and gloom like some people are saying. I'm not sure about that, but I don't think so. I would trust, I would not totally not distrust all electronic markets. I think it's a matter of who you're dealing with. It has a lot to do with it. I think some things are just going to be worthless, paper or whatever. I don't know. I mean, all the ETFs, I'm not sure which ones are actually good or not 100%. I know which ones I'd avoid, but I don't want to mention that too much. But I'm not sure if everything's going to implode like some of these doom and gloomers are saying. I kind of doubt that. But because electronically these things do represent real goods, and it's not like everything's totally dishonest everywhere across the board. I mean, sometimes there's that feeling, but I don't think it's as bad as some people say. I think in certain areas it might be, but not all the way across the board. But this guy, you might want to look him up, Richard Bove, analyst for Rochdale Securities. He's saying the situation is not the same as 2008, and that could be something important to consider because some people, I think, are afraid to get back into metals because they're thinking they haven't hit the bottom yet. I'm not sure about that. I don't think you're going to pick the exact bottom, but there could be an explosive the other way. It looks like this market reacted upon fear, which was nuts. And I'm kind of suspecting that wasn't all fear, but if you were the smart guys and if you could actually manipulate markets or do something to drive prices down, change spot prices or whatever, I'm just throwing that out as a theory, okay? I mean, you'd want to do that because you want to buy in low. So, I mean, I'm a little suspicious of that. So I think some people shouldn't be too afraid to jump in there if they're not in the metals right now. Looks like I said, some of the smartest people, it's not just small people, some of the smartest people are moving into that stuff. I've been in it, have been in it for a long time, and they're holding tight. That's what I would do. And I think this Lindsey Williams prediction about oil is going to come true because it seems like they're attacking the Saudi family, royal family, from other angles here. And that kind of fits. Lloyd's of London. Interesting.